All right, so this is probably the biggest storm I've ever seen in my entire life. I was serving in Comodoro Rivadavia, and there was this huge rainstorm. It only lasted about an hour, but it was just pouring. In Comodoro Rivadavia, it's kind of like this big bowl with mountains and then the ocean on one side. And the water would collect in the mountains and form bigger and bigger streams. It actually washed away a couple of the houses there. And there was lightning like every other second. No joke. It was just so. I thought maybe it was like the second coming and Comodoro was going to get destroyed for all of its wickedness. But anyway, it was a crazy storm. I remember in our apartment flooding. We lived on the top apartment, but our balcony just flooded with water. And down below, there's water coming out of the sewers. And out of all the vents in the grounds. And thereafter, for about 2 weeks, there was flooding going down the street, kind of excess sewage just kind of flowing down the streets, making it really wet. And unfortunately, there were a few people who passed away who drowned from getting sucked away and by the waters. One guy we met, he said that he was riding a motorcycle and he got swept away by kind of like a river that had formed on the mountain in the road, and that swept him under almost a public bus that he was just holding on with one arm. And there were some crazy stories. There were some houses, especially alongside the mountain, that got filled with about a foot of mud. Maybe half foot to a foot and a half of mud. So that was a good service opportunity to be able to try to help them get mud out of their house. And I would suggest if you have an experience like that on your mission, really taking that opportunity to serve people. If there's some sort of catastrophe that happens or natural disaster, to really, talk with your mission leaders. But if you can, take those opportunities to serve the people physically, doing labor for them. I think that means a lot to the people.